What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of Money Moves. Today we are in a different location. We are not just in the car like usual. I figured that was getting a little boring. I had some business to do in Oklahoma City today. Thought I would stop by a coffee place I went to the other day. It was pretty good, especially for a local place. I always try to local businesses, I've already went into that spill. So as usual, iced Americano with oat milk. And I got a water, but I got a sparkling water, so I got a San Pellegrino because I'm fancy like that, I guess. And I just thought I would try out a different location today. They just happen to have a rooftop access at the coffee shop. Didn't know that at all. I was just planning on going downtown somewhere. I thought this was better. So here we are. Got a few things to talk about today. First off, I made a post yesterday on Snapchat, basically telling you guys to send me questions. What questions would you have for me regarding business or investing or fitness or anything, whatever, right? So I've got them written down here. I've got a lot on my mind, and I'm working on getting my wisdom teeth out. So I have a little piece of notes here. Say what you will. So the first question I got was how to start a lawn care business. Well, I'm not someone who's in lawn care, but I will say overall starting a business, everyone's going to have pretty similar foundations to lay, I guess. Now, obviously, you're going to need a name. You probably already have that. You're going to need equipment, but you know that. I'm not telling you anything new. As far as actually starting the business, what do you need? Well, you're going to want to start out with getting you an LLC for obvious reasons. If you don't know about an LLC, the reason why you would do that is because an LLC is a limited liability company. All it is a separate entity. So that way you can have a bank account, and legally that means your personal assets and your business assets are separated. So let's say for some reason, I know you're a lawn care, it's pretty low risk, but let's say something crazy happens. You hit a rock, it goes through someone's window, or it hurts somebody. Rather than being able to sue you personally, they would have to sue your company, right? Which is an LLC. So you have protection. So your personal assets are separate. It's also for tax reasons. So on top of the LLC, you're also going to want a bank account. Now, when it comes to different LLCs, you're probably going to be a sole proprietor or a partnership. Do some research on that, on the different types of LLCs. There's a lot of them, and they're all different. Now, you are going to need a bank account. That's easy money. It's free, easy to set up. You're going to want a business account. It really just, aside from the fact that it's going to help a lot with taxes, you can keep everything separate. Again, it's just an extra layer of cushion, extra layer of protection between you and your business, since they are going to be two separate entities. It's kind of the idea. So you're definitely going to need an LLC and a bank account. Something else is get familiar with taxes. Get familiar with accounting. Get you an accounting software. I use one. It's free. It's called Wave, right? So get you an accounting software. It helps you manage all of your stuff. And you're also going to need an invoice sending software, right? So if you have an accounting software that's integrated with the invoice software, that'd be great. If not, whatever. But get you an invoice software and get you an accounting software so you can stay on top of your money. You can send out invoices. You can send out estimates to people. They can also pay through that as well. So definitely, at least those things right there, you're going to want you an LLC, a bank account, understanding taxes, and also an accounting software and an invoice software. As far as starting a business, those are pretty much the ground rules. Now, I've never done lawn care as far as opening a business, and some of the other advice that I could give you is specifically for my industry, so I'm not going to go too much more into that. So yeah, definitely look into those things. The next question I got was, should I invest on Cash App, right? So I guess Cash App allows you to buy stocks in crypto. I guess I don't have a specific reason to say not to, but in my mind, if you're already going to be investing, do it through Robinhood or Stash or Webull, any of those. I don't know about Cash App, guys. I don't know anything about it. It probably isn't the most secure. I don't know. I do know that Robinhood is going to have a lot more control, a lot more tools and things you can do. And if you're already going to be taking the time and energy to invest, do it through an actual investing software or an actual investing platform like Robinhood or Stash or Webull. I don't know about Cash App, guys. I'm trying to start a remodeling business, but I live in a small town and make $10 an hour as a plumber. Okay, so you make $10 an hour as a plumber and you're trying to start a side business is what it sounds like for remodeling, and you live in a small town. Well, I'll be honest with you. I grew up in a small town. There's not a lot of opportunity. Already reading this question, if you're only making $10 an hour as a plumber, that's a problem, because plumbing is one of those businesses that right now there's a lot more demand than there is supply. There are a lot more people wanting plumbing services than there are people to do them. So $10 an hour as a plumber you could be making a lot more somewhere else. And as far as your remodeling business, for both of these things, my advice is going to be the same. Move closer to a city, to an urban area, right? Something like this. You want to find someone that's growing quickly, that has a lot of real estate going on, which is a lot of cities in Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, Nevada. I don't know where you live. Even if you live in a state that, isn't Oklahoma, Florida, or Texas, or Nevada, still get as close to an urban area as you can, as a populated area as you can, because as you get closer to these higher populated areas, the demand for all services goes up, okay? So $10 an hour as a plumber is already a problem. You're probably gonna make 15 to 20 at least, I would think, in an urban area. I don't know anyone specifically in plumbing, but that's a trade, and trades are paying high right now. So find you an urban area. Now remodeling, you're trying to start, so I guess you're wondering how to start it. Well, take advice from what I said earlier about how to start a lawn care business. It's the same general thing as far as getting an LLC, a bank account, invoice software, accounting software. Also get you some business cards. Dang, I forgot that also. When it comes to lawn care stuff and this, no matter what business you're starting, get you some business cards, okay? Get you some business cards, get you some content to pass out, some flyers. Mow someone's lawn for free, one of your friends, and put down one of those like political sized posters in their yard. Say, hey, I mow lawns, or hey, I remodel, and put your phone number on there. Maybe get you a website if it's not too expensive, but definitely get you some business cards, guys. And before I get to the next question, nobody asked this, but if you're wondering how to get clients, so if you're in the lawn care business, if you're the guy who asked this, or if you're in remodeling and you're trying to get clients, in my experience, the best way that you can do that is by talking directly to potential leads. So knocking on the door. I know that's annoying and it's cold calling, but as someone who has a brand with over 600 retailers, every single one of those retailers is on the board because I walked through the door of that store, or my brother did. Not because I made a phone call, not because I sent an email or an Instagram DM. I've sent hundreds of emails and I've sent lots of DMs, and not once have I ever even got a response, let alone a sale. So as far as lawn care and remodeling goes, don't waste time calling people. That's even more annoying, right? If you see a lawn that needs to be mowed, go knock on the door and say, hey, I mow lawns. Let me mow the first lawn for you at 50% off, right, to get started, or 75% off. Here's my contact info. Let's set up a schedule when I can come back. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's what I would suggest. The next question is crypto worth it? I'm not going to tell you crypto isn't worth it. I'm not going to tell you that there is not money to make in crypto. I just personally don't dive into it. I've bought and sold crypto. I've done some trading myself. I forget what it was called, Algorand or something like that. I did pretty well. I did like 80% on it, which is almost doubling my money. Some people are doing a lot more, but here, I'm going to tell you why I don't do it. I'm not telling you not to mess with crypto. It's just that it takes a lot of time out of your life. You have to sit in front of a computer. And it's the same reason why I don't day trade with stocks. I buy in and hold. I invest and hold. Because I'm not interested in sitting there and working for my portfolio. Does that make sense? When I'm investing, I want my money to work for me while I'm doing other things. So I'm a long-term investor. So I'm not really going to have any good advice for you on crypto. I know about Bitcoin. I know about Ethereum. I understand their purposes. I'm not denying either one of them. I'm not saying that crypto isn't good. Me personally, I'm just not interested, and I'm not really going to have any advice for you. I am getting a little thirsty. Let's crack open this San Pellegrino here. Kind of a small bottle, but let's see. How you guys like this spot? I think it's all right. The lighting looks okay. I hope you guys can hear me. Otherwise, I'll have to re-record this. I wasn't even planning on coming here. I just wanted to get coffee downstairs. And they said they had a rooftop patio. And I was like, oh, I don't have to drive around looking for a spot at all. So I guess the questions is mainly what I wanted to do today, is mainly kind of a Q&A. But I do have some other things to get to. You know, I hear a lot about rat beef, drama on the internet, celebrity drama. And here's the deal. This whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing, I know that probably happened like 4 months ago, and I'm like way behind the ball. I don't pay attention to it. I don't think you should either. I don't think it's, let me put it this way. How much money did it make you to care about Drake and Kendrick? Right? I've seen a news article someone was talking about on Instagram the other day about Rihanna or somebody side-eyeing Drake at a concert, and there was like 80,000 retweets. Who cares? Why are you spending time thinking about that? I'm not saying your life needs to be boring and nothing but work. I'm not saying that at all, but if it doesn't make you money, if it doesn't inspire you or give you creative thoughts, or if it doesn't get you in better shape, make you more aware of something that's important to you or help your family somehow, then why are you spending time thinking about it? I'm not saying you can't have a little fun. You want to play a game here and there. You want to enjoy life? Fine. But sitting here and caring about rap drama, rap beef, in my opinion, even like sports or whatever award shows going on where rich people pat themselves on the back, those are designed to keep you busy. So busy that you don't have time to watch people like me, to invest, to learn about the stock market or real estate or business, or doing anything outside of your 9 to 5 and staying in that 9 to 5 for your entire life. So when I see people talking about those things, I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't care. It's just like, why do you care? And you'd be amazed, like, how much time and mental real estate and just mental energy you would have back if you stopped caring about little things like that. You might spend 20 minutes a day thinking about something like that. That's 20 minutes you could have done doing something else or could have used for something else. That's all I'm saying. It's not productive to sit around and think about other people, regardless if they're rich, unless it's making you money or making you, again, creative or inspired. There's no point thinking about it. And don't bother asking me about it, because I'm not going to know. I genuinely don't know. I guess I'm just not hearing about the Kendrick Drake thing. I don't care. It didn't do anything for me. You know how much money I made not caring about it? A lot. A lot more than you did thinking about it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. I'm not gonna lie. I remember someone asked me a question earlier that I just remembered that I forgot to write down in my notes because I just opened it right before I walked in the coffee shop. Somebody had asked me what business I'm in and how do you get into it? And I guess that's a good question because I've never really explained it a whole lot, have I? My business is pretty unique. I'm not gonna say you can't get into it or that you shouldn't. I'll explain it for you. And it's very strange. You're probably gonna be like, what? Of all people, me? So back in, I guess it would have been 2020, a little over 4 years ago, well, I was unemployed. I was technically a senior in high school, and my brother was working for a hydroponic grow in a city called Lawton, Oklahoma. He was their marketing guy, and he was responsible for creating content for their Instagram, and they gave him the task of creating promotional products, grinders, lighters, little stuff like that, little cheap things, right? And they put him in contact with the manufacturers that make that kind of stuff. And I had just gotten my stimulus check from COVID. It was like $1,200, and he got one too, I believe. So we had a little bit of money, not a lot, like literally 2, 3, 4 grand. I had some money saved up because I was drop shipping necklaces online as well. And he was telling me about what they had him doing when we were hanging out. I was like, why don't we just do that? I know this is a super random idea. Why don't we create our own brand? We have this just enough money to get into it, and we can make some pretty unique, innovative stuff. You have insiders, you have connections in the industry, and you just gotten put in touch with the manufacturers. Let's just see what we can do. What's the worst that can happen? We lose the money that we got for free anyway. Anyways, long story short, we had a few products come in, and they're unique stuff. It's not just basic stuff you could find anywhere. It's very unique stuff, which is why I told you that I'm not going to exactly motivate anyone to try to do what we did, because we seen a hole in the market at the right time. Nobody else was doing it, and because we got into it, we're the only ones doing it now because we're the big dogs in that industry. Does that make sense? So yeah, we had quite a few products come in. We started distributing them ourselves in dispensaries and smoke shops in towns like Duncan, Oklahoma, Lawton, Oklahoma, small towns, Chickasha, Oklahoma. And after about a year, we started coming to Oklahoma City here. This is Oklahoma City behind me. And within that year and a half, we had over 100 retailers, which was a lot at the time. And we were doing great. We don't pay any sales taxes because we do wholesale. And we started going to events. We went to a Afro Man event, which was super cool. Started doing some local events, and eventually we upgraded. We started going to Tulsa as well. It's another big city in Oklahoma. And by then we had probably 200 retailers. And then early last year, we decided we were going to take it to Texas, because Texas is one of those places that's really strict. They don't have medical marijuana. They don't have anything like that there, or so we thought. So we never really considered it. We were in a hotel in Tulsa, and I was like, Brandon, why don't we just go to Dallas and just see what's up? There's smoke shops there. I don't know what they're selling, Anyways, and so we go down to Dallas for the first time in February or March of 2023. And we blew up there. I don't know. That's the only way I know how to say it. Texas really put us on the map and put that money in our pocket that allowed our business to really scale really quickly. And now, because we had about 200 retailers then, now about a year and a half since then, 2 years since then, we have over 600. We have retailers in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, soon to San Antonio, Texas. We haven't made it down there yet. And we're going to be expanding out. We also have some in New York City. We have one in St. Louis, a couple in Tennessee, kind of, spread out, but mainly in Oklahoma and Texas. That's where our main retailers are. And so now that you know what I do, the reason why I'm telling you that I wouldn't advise you to do it is, again, I'm not going to say we got lucky. It was just good timing. It was just good timing. We had the means to do it. We were put in touch with the manufacturers. We had those connections. We took advantage of them. And now the market's in a very different place, but we are well established and we have our network. So we're doing well and we're diversifying. And if you're curious as to what the name of it is, it's Indubious. You can find us in indubiousok.com. We're actually getting a trademark to Indubia. So we're going to be trademarking soon, or rebranding soon to indubiaok.com. But either one of those domains will work. I don't smoke. I don't partake, which is the ironic part. Neither I or my brother do, which is really funny. We're just business minded and we understand the market. So that's what I do. We got into it. We are a luxury smoking accessory brand, and we are our own distributors. And 4 years later, my brother and I are still the only owners. We haven't sold out to anyone. Yes, people have made us offers. We just want to be in full control, at least for now. It's making us a lot more to continue to build this thing than it is to sell to someone else who would do the same thing. So I own half of the company. He owns half the company. We maintain complete ownership, complete control. We do our own distribution, so we don't make deals with big distributors. There's places here in Oklahoma City, Dallas, Houston that want to buy our products for cheaper than we're selling them to everyone else, and they want to distribute them out. But then we lose quality control. So we're really dedicated to maintaining a solid quality brand. So that's why I know a lot about business and leadership roles and shaking hands and doing sales, because I've done all of that. My brother and I built this business from the ground up. We made our own connections. We walked through the doors of these stores and just out of nowhere, cold call. Hey, I have a product that I think would do well in your store. Would you like to take a look? Here's what we have. We have unbeatable prices. We have unique products. They're going to make you money. Handshake, deal done right there, right? Because I used to be antisocial. So building this business, I'm not going to say it was hard or a challenge. I mean, it certainly was, but I'm so much more outspoken now and well-spoken than I was just a couple of years ago, because business has made me do that. But it is a very valuable skill. I'm glad that I learned it. I'm glad I took this path. I'm glad I didn't go to college, because I know just as much, probably way more than someone who paid money to go get a college degree. And they're still in college for business, So here we are. So yeah, I've answered all the questions, gave you a little bit of a story, got you an awesome view. I'm going to continue drinking my San Pellegrino, and did I say it right? Yes, I did. And my iced Americano with oat milk. This has been episode 4 of Money Moves. Appreciate you guys for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.